Hi guys, this is Tech Howdy. I welcome you to this tutorial. This tutorial is a continuation video for creating our HTTP post method PostFormData. In my last video tutorial, we stopped at a point where we called our create directory method. Now calling this method will create a new directory with a unique name in our gallery folder. That directory will be completely empty. Now what we want to do is we want to add all the images that are submitted by a client or our user in that empty directory. So let's go ahead and write the code to add the images to that empty directory. Okay, so we have finished coding our for each loop. So our for each loop will loop through each image file in this form data collection. Then it will check using this if condition if there is any file existing in that collection. If there is, that means the length of the file will be greater than 0. Then it will execute this code here. So I have three variables here, one for extension, one for file name, and one for the path of the image where it's going to be stored. The extension is the extension of the image file that can be JPEG, it can be PNG, or it can be any extension. So we will get the extension of the uploaded file and store it to this variable. Next is the file name. Since we want to give our image file a unique name, what we are going to do is we will call the datetime.now method, and then we will get the current date and time. We are going to assign the current date and time as the name for our file. So we'll store that in our file name variable. The third is the path of the image. The path of the image is where we want to copy or store this image. We want to store this image in a newly created folder. So it's the gallery path. And then inside the gallery path, we want to save this image as the file name, that is datetime.now.string. And then we want to concatenate the extension. For example, whatever date time it is now, and then dot the extension of the file. Now, the next is another variable that I have created for image caption. We will get the caption of the image from the form that is submitted. Now, each image caption will be different, right? So we have to loop through, or we have to go through each image caption. That's why I have used an iterator, and I have assigned the value of the iterator, initialized it to 0 so that we get the first value when I is 0, and then at the end I have incremented the value by 1 at the end of the loop, which means the second time the loop runs, the value of I will be 1. So we'll get the value of the second caption in that collection. We will see that how this image caption variable works when we code our front end. I will debug each and every step once again so that you can clearly see it. Then the next step is to create an image object so that we can bind all the image properties of the image that we want to upload and send it to the database. So we created an image object of type gallery image. So now we have assigned these values to our image object, and then what we are going to do is we are going to add this image object to our database. Okay. Now once the image object is added to our database, the next thing we want to do is we want to copy the image itself to our folder on our server. So that's it for this for each loop, and the last step is now to add the gallery properties to the database as well. So let's do that. Now to add all the gallery properties as well to the database, we'll get out of our for each loop and then add the properties to our database. So let's do it. So that's it for our PostFormData method. We have finally added our gallery properties as well. Now, if you note at the end, I have used the dot update method, which is because we have already created our gallery when we called the create gallery ID method. So we don't have to create a new. If you use the dot add method, it will create a new gallery. What we want to do is we want to update the already created gallery with the title and the path. So that's it for our method to post form data. And finally, what we want to do at the end is we want to inform our client about what exactly happened, whether posting the information was a success, was if there was an error, was it a failure, and for that we are going to return a JSON result. So return new JSON result, and you can send anything here via JSON. So I'm just going to say successfully added the gallery ID. So I've just said at the end, I'll send a result to the client with the response saying that's it, gallery title was added. So that's it for our method. In the next video tutorial, we will learn how we can create a form in the front end and using Ajax, how we can submit our form and then create this gallery in our database. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.